Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, warshippers of all ages, I am SeaRaptor, and it's time for more Scuttlebutt. Game in the background is my very first game in Tier 6 test ship Giunio Bruto, which is the up-tiered version of Giulio Cesare. I took the ship out, I fitted it out just exactly the way I fit out my Cesare, and I told myself, okay, hopefully I get a Tier 8 game with a carrier. And I got my wish. There's a lot of folks out there who believe that this ship will be pure garbage at Tier 6. I don't know that I agree. I feel like it's worth trying. But I've always felt like she was going to need more than just changing the plate to 25 millimeters on her extremities, which is literally the only change they've made in this particular test version. Every other thing about the ship is the same. Health pool, shells, everything. So watch the game, decide for yourself, and I'll talk more about it at the end of the video. So what's the news? What's the skinny in boats this week? Well, King of the Sea starts this weekend. That's a particularly big event for us here on the admin team for King of the Sea on NA. Right now, signups have literally just closed as I finish this, as I record this video, and we have 51 teams signed up to play. That is a brand new record here on the NA server. Our previous best was 45 back in, I want to say, King of the Sea Supremacy, but that was also back when we only accepted 40 teams to play. So we had more teams sign up than could play that time. Now we are actually taking everybody who wants to come. So we have 51 teams that will start playing the tournament on Sunday afternoon. We'll make announcements tomorrow regarding who is seeded, and we'll be skipping straight to day two. We have 8 teams that, based on their placement in the last King of the Sea and their performance in clan battles, will be skipping straight to the group stage. But the other 43 teams will all have to compete in Swiss play on Sunday afternoon starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. We've got the stream. We're working on lining up all the stream games. We should be able to stream about a dozen games of the event. It sounds like with 43 teams, we're going to have 21 games going on every round. So we'll be able to stream about half of the action or so. I'm hoping to have an ad for our NA streamers to play to encourage tournament viewership over the next few weeks. The ad that I made to sign up, to encourage people to sign up, was well received by the streamers. I'd like to think we got a few more teams because we did a little better job advertising. I don't know that that's a fact. We'll put that in the poll question out there when we run our surveys at the end of the event, and we'll find out. But either way, record turnout for King of the Sea here on North America, and we are very, very excited. Competitive play looking very healthy here. I'm get the goosebumps. I'm pretty cool about that. Big patch drop this week, of course. 8.1 coming to the live servers with a variety of things: new radar, new flooding mechanics. So let's kind of run down the list here. Of course, the new flooding mechanics are here. I really like this. I like what they've done with flooding. They've reduced the impact of a single flood. They've split it up over 2 flood zones. You can take a single flood now with the flag and even just, let's see, I think if you stack the flag, basic survivability, and damage control mod 2, you drop your flood duration to about 30 seconds. And a single flood is not atrociously bad. It won't kill it's not the instant death to your ship that an old flood used to be. And you treat it very much like a fire. You probably let a whole flood play out. So I like that mechanic. It gives you more control. They have to make more intelligent decisions, let's say, about when to use your damage control. The new radar mechanics, I'm not sold on. We were told months ago that they felt radar was at a point where it was too effective and they were supposed to nerf it. This does not feel like a nerf to me. There's a 6-second delay at the beginning, but then you made radar longer, right? So it's like the ship that's using it actually gets a longer duration, and everybody else now doesn't have to worry about having their guns trained instantly, and then they get to use the full duration of the time that they're able to use it. That doesn't feel like a nerf to me, kids, right? We buffed radar ranges. I'm kind of looking at this going, this doesn't feel like a nerf to me. It feels like a buff. I don't think that's how they meant it, but I think that's where it landed. So we'll see. I would not be surprised to see them walk back some of these changes over the long run. I just don't feel like in the end they're going to achieve what the developers stated they wanted to achieve out of changing radar. If you've been playing around in training rooms, certainly we had lots of issues in our War Games event back in 8.0. You know that training room has been highly unstable. There have been lots of issues. The reports that we're getting today seem to be that most of those issues have been fixed. That's very, very good. I was really, really nervous about trying to run King of the Sea this weekend with the training room issues we would have been having. The Fly Strike Win event is continuing. Now we're adding containers and 2 new currencies into the arsenal to allow players a preview of pre-purchase, I should say, of British aircraft carriers. We're adding florins and crowns. I think they're crowns. Crowns you earn by doing the little daily events and all the little tasks you have to do through the Fly Strike Win event, and florins you earn through the containers that you will earn also by doing that event. Or if you wish, you can go purchase some of these containers out of the premium shop. Wargaming was kind enough to grant 15 of the premium containers to the community contributors. I've got a separate video elsewhere on the channel. I'll throw a little card up at the top here that you can just go direct to that if you want. But you can have a look at what's in those, and I talk about that over in that video. The best change ever came to the game this patch: the Open All Containers button. I no longer have to spend 20 minutes opening containers. When I finally built up a decent stock, I just push a button, a game chews on it for a little while, and spits out all my loot. Super big fan of this. The new alerts for Hydro and Radar are awesome. I love these. I love the little bit of animation you get. You get that pulse that goes out across the water, and then you get the announcement in chat. I'm just super excited for this. It's going to make my life as a caster trying to cast competitive play so much easier. We'll know precisely whose radar is on and when. Now, finally, and the Hydro as well. If nothing else, we'll be able to have the announcements in chat. So, big fan of that. Some folks have been reporting sound issues with this patch. If this is happening to you, one of the suggestions I've heard has been made toggling between the headphone and speaker settings within the game. I will also suggest, if you don't have it installed, install the ultrasound pack through the Wargame Launching Center, the Wargaming Center. I did that months ago when Ultra became available. I have not had a single sound issue with this patch at all, but I've seen lots of reports, so I know that there's quite a bit of it out there. Uss Texas Event is this weekend. Well, tomorrow by the time you watch this, actually. It's still not too late to sign up. If you're watching this on Friday, you can still sign up and attend the event being hosted by the Wargaming community team aboard USS Texas on Saturday, the 2nd of March. I'll be there. I'll be in attendance along with Kalorn from the Warships podcast, making the trek in from Austin. And Sir Venom IK is also making the drive in as well. So you'll have 3 or 4 of us there from the community contributor side of the house. Come up, shake our hands, and talk to us. Tell us if you like what we do or you don't like what we do, what we can improve. Because we do this for you guys. I mean, I don't really get paid doing this. I do it because I love the game and I want the community to thrive. So that's why we're here. So come interact with us and help us make better content for you guys. If you do come over and say hi, ask me for a business card. And when I hand you that card, I will explain to you how you can utilize that to obtain some CC exclusive loot from my person. Anyway, Wargaming knows how to put on a good shindig. If you guys can make it, you really should try to come. I highly encourage it. It is almost always a blast. The weather does look a little iffy. Bring a jacket, maybe dress for some blustery or wet weather. Also, wear closed-toed shoes if you intend to tour the ship. Texas she's old. She's old. There's a lot of rust. There's a lot of places that you may bang your head or stub your toes. So you definitely don't want to be doing that with sandals on. All right, so let's talk about Giunio Bruto for a minute here. The game, I've clipped out some of the more boring bits. This Scuttlebutt will be a little shorter than most, partly because I'm not feeling very well tonight. I'm trying to keep it short, but I do want to talk about this ship. I don't feel like this ship is that bad at Tier 6. I'll just say that up front, right? She's still a Tier 6 battleship, so she has Tier 6 battleship dispersion. She now has Tier 6 battleship plate. My frustrations with her at Tier 6 now are that she starts to see things that she never did before, okay? Old Tier 5 Cesare only saw Tier 7 matchmaking, and once upon a time, Tier 7 matchmaking did not include the possibility to see AP bombs. Well, guess what, kids? Now AP bombs exist at up and down the Japanese carrier line, and even at Tier 5, you'll see AP bombs. The AP bombs off this Shokaku utterly gut me like a fish, right? If you have, I'm not sure where we're at here, but it happens. I think about a 15,000 point hit from one of his drops at one point. The torpedo bombers are less of a threat because Cesare's torpedo protection is pretty good for her tier, even at Tier 5 and certainly at Tier 6. She's not Massachusetts or Alabama, but she's no slouch. So the torpedo bombers aren't really the threat. It's the AP bombs. And the reality is that her AA is so anemically bad that you will not shoot down planes. You'd be lucky to shoot down tier 6 planes, and trying to shoot down tier 8 planes, whatever. What a joke, right? So to me, like, the guns continue to perform. I mean, I'm overpenning the crap out of just about everything I shoot at in this game. Yay. But the reality is the guns are still Cesare's guns. Those haven't changed. So to me, I think what really needs to happen is you're going to have to make some more tweaks here. You're going to have to make some modifications to her anti-aircraft. She needs more health. 45,000 HP at tier 6 just feels bad. I haven't looked at what the other battleships get, but man, it feels unpleasant. So yeah, this particular team did okay for the first 7 minutes of the match and then basically fell apart. And I got left with me and this Mogami way over on the eastern side trying to salvage this game, and it was just never going to happen. I personally would love to see, if they're going to put me at tier 8 and give me a 30-second reload on these little 13.5-inch pop guns, then, come on, guys, buffer reload, give me better dispersion. I don't know, something. I just feel like she can fit at tier 6, but you're going to have to do more than just mess with her plate armor. I just don't think that's going to be enough. It's going to take more than that to keep her competitive. That's my personal read. I played 3 games tonight. You're seeing the first one here. The second one was an even bigger train wreck. The team died even faster, and so the game lasted about 7 minutes, and so you can't really test a ship in 7 minutes. I mean, come on. The last game was actually a Tier 7 game on Epicenter, and I managed to do decently in that game, largely because I had an Iron Duke parked broadside to me at about 4 kilometers, and I gutted him for about 40,000 HP before I died. So my damage total was decent, but team still lost because, well, that's the way it goes these days. So, anyways, Giunio Bruto. We'll have some more games in here and see how it goes. Remember, this is all still a work in progress. I think we're only seeing the first iteration of this, of where they're going to finally put this ship, and it's not doom and gloom, guys, right? Like, I think she'll be fine at tier 6. She just needs more than just the plate changes, right? That's just my opinion. Anyway. All right, guys, that's it for this week. I hope to see you at USS Texas tomorrow. Please tune into King of the Sea on Sunday on Twitch. We're looking forward to the event. We really hope you'll come hang out with us and watch. We always try to put on a good show. And as always, I will see you next week.